passenger seat, just listening to Stainless really ages. And now I drive that thing, so that's like the cool part.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 232 of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, jackkadis, somehow. And these are my next door neighbors. Kind of, yeah. Kind of, yeah. One of them's off camera, but it's interesting when someone's off camera because they're kind of a mystery. Two things before we start, briefly. The first is we're looking for sponsors. I can't say anymore that you could be the first ever sponsor of Keeping It Real because we just had two, but we're still looking, and you could be a sponsor of Keeping It Real. That's still pretty cool if you ask me. Second, we split this 1 hour episode into 3 segments. That's kind of iffy when we have guests. It's a little bit more off the cuff, but depending on how I feel, I don't know. It's not that official. I might break segments with ads. And for your information, because you guys are new to this show, the first segment is, as the name suggests, Keeping It Real. I try to be open, honest, vulnerable on the camera. The second segment is real world events. So today, I really want to talk about Trump meeting with Putin. Now, don't be... I don't know anything about it either. I just saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then third things third. It's like a little bit of advice, philosophy. Whatever direction it goes is how the third segment is and ends. That's all I got.
All right.
Start it up, run it
Start it up. Keeping it real. I just moved. That's pretty real. That's always a real thing.
Yeah.
Going from one place to another. I'm from Raleigh originally, but I ended up moving out to the coast and to do like nursing. And that did not work out.
I feel like men don't nurse.
No, so I made the decision real young, or not young, but like when I was starting to get towards the end of high school, where I said, I'm either going to do what I love or I'm going to help people. And nursing is just kind of the easiest way to get into that field. It's got good, especially if you do like travel nursing, there's a lot of really good opportunities. Like you can pay hundreds of dollars to, go each and every place in America. But
maybe you work alongside a lot of pretty girls.
Oh, I did. Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, but there's only, can we cuss?
Yes, you could do anything.
All right. Well, you wipe enough ass, and that really doesn't seem to be a benefit.
Really? They have you doing that just in the school section?
Oh, yeah. That's the first thing you do.
Oh.
So you go through CNA school, and you have to get CNA license 1 and 2, and pretty much they have a whole like course on how to wipe ass and how to do it properly. Because it's important. You don't think about that. But
it's like you're getting hazed for like a frat.
I mean, that's like, some people don't want to do the grunt work, but unfortunately it has to be done. I was like, I broke my left arm. I've broken my left arm in a couple different places, and thankfully I'm right-hand dominant, but like I can't, that is like a service that some people need, I can't imagine not having my dominant hand and having to use the restroom.
I'm not even thinking about the dudes that actually need their ass wiped. That's the whole other side of it.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody ever wiped my ass. That would be a weird time.
And that's the thing, it's not just weird for you, but it's weird for the people doing that. And so you have to have a level of empathy with that, because it's like, yeah, I mean, I do have my fingers in this man's ass crack, but like, he's not wanting this. He's not like, man, I can't wait for this. It's embarrassing,
I'm sure if you asked him, he would also want to do it of his own volition.
Yeah.
And then there's the people that are like, they've been getting their ass wiped so long, they like that shit.
There's some weird people. Look, there's 360 million people in America. There's bound to be some weirdos out there, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm of the opinion that I think everyone's a little bit weird. If you're not weird, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right?
If you're not weird, you're lying.
Exactly. We're all human, right? At the end of the day, I mean, we all eat, breathe, shit. We all need someone to wipe our ass.
Dude, I want to talk more about the hot ladies that were in school alongside of you, because I'm going back to school tomorrow. I'm hella nervous about that. I'm hella nervous about that. Not going to be sleeping. Our most consistent and always listener, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be sleeping. I just can't. I got too much to do. And I'd be too excited even if I didn't have too much to do. So I feel like it's probably a good thing that I got too much to do.
Yeah.
But I just came from Jersey Mike's. Hot girls love Jersey Mike's. And they're all back for school now.
Yeah.
And they come up there and they always want turkey with just vinegar and lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Like sorority girls.
Yeah.
Giant 13, brother. Come
on down. I gotcha. And they take my, like, dude, I forget the whole menu. Been there for a year now, but I forget how to like.
Oh, for sure. Oh, no. When I was doing that nursing class, I mean, you get fucking nervous. Again, you get all these.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, right. But that's the thing, that's
we're men. I feel like we become men, at least for me.
Yeah.
Because like I went through puberty and all, and like porn was cool, but now like porn is in real life.
Yeah.
I like all kinds of women.
Real people.
Yeah.
Real people. I mean,
as somebody in like a customer facing role.
What do you do?
I manage a vape shop, but it's typically like day-to-day activities, shipping and receiving and then running the register.
Which one?
Oh, it's down on 6 Forts.
Okay.
Tobacco. Excuse me, but like, yeah, it's a weird position when you have to be professional, but also like, I meet many a pretty lady, but that's not what they're here for.
I worked at one on Hillsborough Street. I was not managing, but I was there. Many a pretty lady. Do vape.
But then I'm like, she wants the damn Blue Raz Ice. She doesn't want my number, But like, it's.
I had this one Chinese, because you'll get people that are coming into the shop trying to sell you their company's vapes. That's like, and in summer on Hillsborough Street, I would get more of those people than actual customers at this place.
Really?
It was VIP Smoke 1 next to that Mediterranean joint, Red Line.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking
about? I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was at. Roof was leaking. We'd always get flooded. This Chinese, Asian lady, I don't want to be, she had thin eyes.
Yeah.
Let's not act like certain groups of people don't move to certain places or get into certain industries.
Oh, I never had a problem with descriptors, And I've been known to be a little bit racist from time to time.
like whenever I tell people that the gentleman that owns my shop is Chinese, they're always like, well, it's always like Arabs that run these things.
Yeah, my boss was Arab.
That may be so. But
he was upset when I didn't speak Arabic when he was interviewing me, and
the hardest language.
Is it?
Well, it's definitely.
I thought it was like Mandarin. Like, women, they speak some shit I can't speak.
Because like Arabic is so. It's so widespread, a dude from Iraq is not gonna speak necessarily the same accent as like an Egyptian dude, but like the whole like certain noises that don't come up in English, so they're kind of hard for some people,
It's a difficult language for sure.
Wallah, wallahi.
Wallah.
Wallah.
That's why they told me to like wallah. Like.
Wallah.
Nah, but I mean, one of my things is like, because you were bringing up porn earlier, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I find is that women are beautiful. No matter where they're from, no matter what they speak, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And like one of the things I love, and a lot of guys don't like this, is when like that like Mediterranean, that olive skin.
Dude, I like it all. Right? Like, I like it all.
Curly hair.
Like when I was younger, my dad used to, and I feel like I'm doing like a Theo Von impression right now. When we would go to Moe's, Southwest, and I had 2 younger brothers, and they would get sour cream and beans on their quesadilla. I didn't like that shit. I just didn't put sour cream and beans on my. But nowadays, if you're catching my drift, I eat anything. Anything. I'm starving.
It's all good food. Indian food's good. Fucking Mexican food's good.
Mediterranean women, all of it.
All the food's good. All the women are good. I mean, it's.
Who's this?
What's up?
Hey, this is a weird time to be meeting you. I'm Jack. I'm sorry.
Jack, nice to meet you, bro.
This will be over in 40, 50 minutes.
Nah, don't worry about it, bro. I still gotta fucking.
What's your name?
Oh, Brandon.
Okay, you need anything, let me know.
I know.
All right.
Is this a podcast?
Yes.
Oh, am I interrupted?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
My bad.
But yeah, man, I love all women.
Yeah, you're beautiful. I mean, I feel like there's not much else to say besides that. I mean, if we're keeping it real, women are beautiful at the end of the day.
People are going to be listening to this being like, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, yo, like, who gave this dude a mic? Like,
me, bro, I gave myself a mic.
I don't even.
That's the greatest part of how interconnected the internet is right now.
Holy.
I can just put myself out there.
Yeah.
Like, I play bass, and so I enjoy music and whatnot. And 15, 20 years ago, like y'all all got to be local, but now I can send the track to this dude that's in Arizona, and the guy that's playing guitar can send it from fucking Germany. Like you said before we started, like one of your recurring guests is like on Discord.
Yeah.
So it's just much easier to put yourself and other people out there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the internet's changed so much. I was speaking like from art, like from my field of archaeology. Like it's like the advancements that like the internet has made in keeping everything connected and all like the data points together. Like all that stuff is great. I mean, and even like you said, Discord, right? Like I got this Moroccan friend that me and him just jam out to music, right? I've met people from all over the world. I remember there's this archaeologist in Denmark I met, and we just sit there and talk about history and like all the different finds and stuff. Like you can meet anybody nowadays, and I think that's such a cool thing. Like I can meet somebody from a place that most people in America have never heard of, like Djibouti, or like from fucking Kyrgyzstan, right? Who knows what's going on in Kyrgyzstan? But like, what is going on in Kyrgyzstan? I can ask them and be like, hey, what's going on there? And it's just such a cool thing, like how much, and again, put yourself out there, getting your own shit out, doing what you love to do, right? Like, anything can be a job nowadays.
Okay, before this segment ends, I've got like 2 stories floating around. I want to hear which one sounds more interesting to y'all. I saw a girl that I dated at Whole Foods yesterday, and then the other one's escaping me. But I've been doing this so long throughout my day. I think of oh, I should talk about this. Oh, I should talk about this. I've had episodes where I've sat in silent the whole time. I've had episodes where I've scrolled reels for an hour, and it's like, this is really firing me up.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah.
Now, let me know what you guys think of this. When I have a guest on, well, put it this way. I remember, and I say I remember, but memory works in a strange way. You only really remember like the feeling, but you kind of think you remember the facts. But it's really only how you felt. And you kind of just like, as time goes on, the facts kind of like mold around the feeling.
Yeah.
I remember my first episode. It was here. This table wasn't here. None of this shit was on the walls. My buddy was late for a flight. He was in town, and I'd been doing YouTube for half a year, vlogging. And I was like, dude, me and this guy know each other from high school. Like, I just started up on Instagram because YouTube led me to Instagram. If I had this guy on, like, I bet a lot of people would click it. And they did. I went from like my videos get like 20 views a video to like 500. Robert McCoy came on, my first guest. It wasn't even called Keeping It Real, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it was like my first time being on a podcast. And I was hyped I was like trying to breathe and be chill and all, but like at the end of the day, man, like the feeling that I remember was just like overwhelming excitement.
Yeah.
So when I have 2 new guests on, my immediate thing to do is to try and talk as much as possible. Because I think what I learned, because after Robert, I just hopped through all these different people that I had known throughout high school. And I would travel, Charleston, Virginia, Appalachian State, Wilmington, ECU, all of it. I was going everywhere with my equipment. And I burnt out at episode 32, 33 or something. Yeah. Man, I had this one episode where like it would be very common for someone to be like, a lot of people said no. A lot of people would be like, yes, but can my friends come?
Yeah.
And so I'd say, sure. And then in Charlotte, at my family, like my mom and dad's house, all of a sudden there's like me and 5 girls show up to the front door for the podcast. And I'm like, this is a first. And then 3 more come. And I'm like, holy shit, this is not, like, I was struggling to fit it all on camera. And then I was like, dude, this feels like some sort of weird, like, like one of those things you see on shorts where the dude's like, how much money does your man have to have? Like some weird shit. And I was like, what am I doing? And I felt like, dude, it got to me. And so I was like, screw it. And I let it go, but I was like, nah, the show has to go on. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm solo now. And I don't know how long this streak's going to end. We're going to last. But, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended tomorrow. I was preparing for myself to end it today. It started because I drove to Wilmington. Yeah. And I had my buddy that's on Discord actually lives there. He lives in the shed. Oh. Yeah, this guy's live streaming every single day for a whole year, 24/7. But he's been slacking. So I feel I struggle to even boast about him nowadays. But I think I started this off because I wanted to try and explain how I felt right now in the moment. Because the segment of It's Keeping It Real is over. And I mentioned I could tell that story about Shoddy, but that might be more of a solo thing. And, it was like a 5-second interaction. Right now, I feel excited. Duh. And to admit it, like a little bit deep in here, bro, I'm like, I hope whatever I do makes him want to come back.
Yeah.
I hope. I think looking back on it, that was a big thing that probably led me to burn out because I had it in the back of my head. It's got to be a new guest every time. Because I knew all these people. So I didn't even realize, like nowadays I have the same guy on Discord, and that was a good first step to get back out of the solo stuff. The solo stuff, there were some pretty dark podcasts. Like, man, I turned the camera. I was alone up in here for like 100 or so episodes, doing every day. I turned the camera on and like I watched this one movie. I'll concede the floor, but it was called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, semi-familiar.
Jim Carrey fucked me up, dude. And I still had Keeping It Real to do after the movie. I turned the camera on and I was just like, let it go.
Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about loneliness. I think it's one of the most like visceral feelings because it's like we're such social creatures, you know. Like I mentioned it before, like I'm going into archaeology. History is my true passion. And through all throughout history, we see people reaching out and trying to like connect with other people. Like my boss, down at the museum, one of the first things she conserved was a handprint from one of the oldest sites we have. And like, what is that not but just saying like I was here? There's something in not just being like alone, but being recognized, being like understood as like a fellow person. Because we're all people, we're all animals. We all have to eat, we all have to drink, we all have to shit, right? And you know, and I think one of the beautiful things about history is like it makes me feel less alone because like we are all people. When I read, like, one of my favorite artifacts is this Mesopotamian tablet, one of the first civilizations we have. Just a bunch of dudes drinking beer, right? And like what I'm doing right now, I'm fucking sitting here drinking, talking with two guys, right? Like, it's like we've been doing this shit in some form or another forever because we are social creatures and we hate to be alone. We love to share that human connection and to be able to meet people where they are. And so I think for that reason, just like, because I grew up here and my family's from the coast down in like Morehead City, and I moved back down there partly just to get away from the city, partly to like reconnect with my family history. And it was lonely, you know, moving from a big city of like 600,000 people, moving to a county that's only got 60,000 people, you know, the size of Greenville, and you know, having to sit there and battle with that loneliness and being like, and it helps you figure out shit because it's you know, I think loneliness is on that level of like hunger or thirst, right? It's not just like you're happy or sad, you're lonely.
It kills people.
No, for sure.
It is like on the hierarchy of needs. Like in addition to food and water, like you do need some kind of human interaction and whatnot.
For sure.
There's definitely, you know, because I value my time. There is a hard distinction between alone and lonely because I, at least personally, you know, I value my time with myself to a point. That's literally why I'm like out here, both out here like in the complex and just here at the table with y'all tonight, is because if I wasn't, I'd just be like alone in my room, you know. Thinking about interacting with people, you know.
It's one of the most basic needs you can have, right? Because it's like throughout all of human history, as we have organized ourselves, we always organize ourselves within groups of people, whether it's a tribe, whether it's a town, whether it's a village, a city, whatever. We tend to want to identify and to be connected with people. And what is identification if not just saying like, this is me, this is you, let's get an understanding of who we are really fast so we can have that social connection. You know, like small talk, a lot of people hate it, but it's like, that's the step to getting to know somebody, right?
Yeah, I have read certain thoughts from people like saying that it's forced and whatnot, but small talk does like serve its own purpose, you know, because as somebody that works in a like facing people in a customer service environment, you know, I would be derided if I didn't interact with people. Sometimes you have to talk about the weather. Sometimes you have to talk about just like, oh, well, what did you do today? What did you do last night? I would prefer to live in a society where we can make small talk as opposed to just everybody can like keeping to themselves, you know, not like, hey, keep your distance.
For sure. And not even just small talk, right? When I was down at the beach, if you didn't wave at somebody when you passed them in a car, you were the dickhead. You were the asshole. And moving back here to Raleigh, it's like a second culture shock because it's like I'm so used to holding open the door and being like, just like, not even having a conversation, but being human with people. And it seems like sometimes life gets in the way of being human. And I think that's the biggest tragedy of all.
I don't know, because as somebody who has lived here and hasn't necessarily moved away, like I still notice it. It's not like the people here in Raleigh are cold. I make small talk, I make eye contact with people, you know, you wave, you say hello and whatnot. Like we're not that far gone yet.
Yeah.
I have like not necessarily obligated, but it does kind of like rub me the wrong way when somebody comes into the store and I'm like, hey, you know, how you doing today? And they just like ignore me. Like, hey, I'm not a robot. I'm a person.
Exactly.
Man, this is nice.
No, it's dead, bro.
Oh, is it dead?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's the end of our first segment.
Oh shit. I think that was pretty real.
Dude, agree. Oh, bye. There was once a grandmaster in chess that I met. He said that whenever he was 20 of us, he was playing at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I'm bad at chess, but I would like to do that just to like
just
to get wrecked, just to see how it's
He smoked me. He gets to the board and he looked like disgusted. He'd be like,
why'd you do that?
And I'd be like, bro, I thought about this like so hard, bro. Watching him go around the room, you're like, fuck, dude, what do I do? You know anything about foreign relations?
I know some stuff.
It depends on the part of the world that you're asking about.
True. I try and keep updated as much as possible.
Okay, here's what we'll do. Sometimes to just like know that we're all talking about the same story.
Yeah.
I have GPT just summarize the event.
Okay.
But that might not be happening.
Because if it was like we were talking about beforehand, if it's like the meeting that happened in Alaska.
Yes.
The one thing that I can say for certain is that like not much is going to come about it because there is a key person missing from this meeting, and it is the Ukrainian president.
Oh yeah, he didn't go.
He didn't go.
And also they only met for like 2 hours.
I don't know if he didn't go or if he wasn't invited. But
I would assume not invited.
That is the one big point of contention that I do know for a fact is that like Zelensky did not go.
Yeah, which is so weird. I think, you know, he does like nightly addresses. And that would be pretty interesting just to translate to English. I've never even listened to one.
This isn't to deride anybody that doesn't, but like he speaks good English. He can definitely convey an idea without it having to be like translated from Ukrainian. He was an actor, you know.
Was he really?
Yeah.
That's kind of like on Trump's wave.
Kind of, yeah. That was the funny part. He was kind of like Reagan, kind of like Trump. He started out as an actor. He was a movie star.
Okay. Before we go any further, also, it's very important that we make these episodes stand alone. So those at home listening feel like they have the whole picture.
Yeah.
Before I read this, because this is important for that, I also want to say, this is our first ever conversation.
Yeah.
I just met these folks and they just met me and anyone else listening. So that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. Trump and Putin met in Anchorage, which is in Alaska, on August 15th, which was 2 days ago. Wow, it was 2 days ago?
That's when I moved. That was my last day of work.
To discuss Ukraine, they announced no ceasefire or deal, with reports saying Putin demanded major Ukrainian concessions while Trump softened his push for an immediate truce. Yeah, I saw somewhere, like, I mean, when foreign leaders used to meet, it used to be like a week-long thing.
Yeah, like that's the whole reason that we have like Camp David, is because like you can look back, and that is where a lot of like major discussions happened. Like a lot, and this isn't even to like bring up different current events. But a lot of the meetings between like the Israeli government and the Palestinian government happened at Camp David. So I don't know why they're hanging out for 2 hours in like bumfuck Alaska. You know, that we have certain places where stuff like this happens. But I guess not. I guess not.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what would you guys? I like then you see this people that are way too into it, and there's this guy that was like, watch the way that Trump stands there and doesn't meet Putin. And I'm like, I don't know if it's that deep.
Yeah.
I feel like when they get into the car, because they both got into one of our cars, the big armored things. I feel like when they both got in there and there's no mics, no cameras, they were like, what's up?
No, for sure.
buddy. Like I did like.
Because who can relate to a world leader?
The world leader. I mean, I hate to say it, but it seems like there's been a pretty big pattern of politicians lying. I don't.
Which ones? What side do you guys lean? Are you guys blue, red?
Personally, I'm a blue guy.
Okay.
Like if it has to come down to American politics, I'm a blue guy. But like
we're all blue. My parents are blue, but I always hesitate to say that I'm blue because.
Well, because the Democrats right now are literally dickless, dude. Like for the past, I have my own criticisms of them as well, but do not call me a Republican.
And like I grew up conservative, and so like one of my biggest things is the reason I'm not still conservative is because I believe that like conservatism has utterly failed my principles as somebody who is more conservative.
In what ways?
We were talking about this just earlier, but like I am somebody who if you were to poll me on like how I vote pro-choice, but I want as many people to live as possible. So what I think we should do is we should put contraceptive in government offices. So it's easy, it's available to get. If you don't want to have a child, you can just go there, get a condom, get birth control or anything like that. Because you see all these Republicans talking about stopping abortion, right? But then what happens when the kid gets born? These are the same people cutting Medicaid. These are the same people who are not funding the foster system. It seems like after they're born, they don't give a shit about pro-life because there's 15 million people in America that don't know where their next meal is going to come from.
One of the largest reasons that we have such a large homeless population is because people age out of the foster system and then they are not given like the tools to succeed as an adult. So they're just kind of like, yeah, you're 18 now. See ya. I mean, we have like there's a fundamental problem with like dehumanizing homeless people. Like when you refer to literally any group as like the homeless or blacks or you are dehumanizing them because you are not adding on the word people.
It's the separation. Like one of my biggest things is
out of sight, out of mind. Dude. That's the attitude right now.
Like one of my whole things is politically, I'm very proud of being Southern. It's a very big part of my identity, but y'all means all. And I can't sit here and say that my family, because like I have people in my family who have like permanent disabilities who've been getting fucked over, and that's not all, right? And I can say, all these people say here, oh, it's not affected me. Well, so fucking what? You're not the only person in the South, right? There's people, when I go like to downtown and I see all these great like Yemenis places, all these great Thai places, and these people are Southern. My family came over in the 1600s, right? When they came over, when did they become American? When they stepped foot on this continent.
God bless America.
God bless America. When you have somebody coming over, God bless
that thing
America.
Is huge.
When you have somebody coming over here from India, from wherever, the Middle East, they are just as Southern as me. And my family's been here since the 1500s.
Amen.
And I don't care. That they deserve every bit of freedom, every bit of constitutional rights, every kind of benefit that it means to be an American. Because that's what it is to be American. Why are we the number one at the World Olympics? Why isn't Russia or China beating us? Because they don't have the diversity we do. Because we can draw on all these different groups of people and all these different strengths to come together and be a better nation. Y'all means all at the end of the day. That's what I say.
I was pointing to the American flag, by the way. I have a huge American flag. It's off. Oh, you could see maybe. It'll probably get cut off. Does it scare you? Does inflation scare you?
I mean, like,
yeah. I mean, not thinking about how like my
because it's never going to stop.
No, it's not going to.
So what does that mean?
I don't feel like we've ever really been in this place because we're always treading on new ground, right? And so it's definitely scary. I think because here's also the other thing: people only see what they see in their own life, right? So like under Biden, we had record low inflation levels, right? Anybody can look this up. It was because here's the thing. he slowed inflation, but that didn't drop prices because he didn't reverse inflation. But it was the slowest it had ever been. Prices were not rising as much as we are. And I haven't really found anybody who's done that better. I mean, look at Trump. Look at where we are now with all these tariffs.
I liked it. I don't think it's a who is the president kind of thing. I feel like it's just like, there was the Federal Reserve at one point. It still is. And I just don't get how we keep on making more. We don't even print it anymore, It's all on the credit cards.
Oh yeah.
So they just like tell banks they have more money online. Like I don't really get. There's this guy Ray Dalio. I cite it often on the show because this is something I talk about a lot. Mm-hmm. The changing world order, and it's about the who has the reserve currency. Like everyone in the world trades with dollars. Mm-hmm. That's why we have the B-2 bomber, which is so sick. And it's like. No one's ever held the reserve currency forever. Before us, it was the British. Mm-hmm. Before the British, it was the Dutch or the Chinese or somewhere. No. I don't remember the exact order, but supposedly the Chinese are next. Mm-hmm. Supposedly. Infrastructure-wise, I could see it. They got some crazy stuff going on.
They also have to like cater to much more people because people like I understand that some of our cities might not be as advanced, but people are like, man, look at Beijing, look at Chengdu, and it's like, cool. They have like multiple millions of people living there, like cities larger than New York or LA. So of course it's going to be more advanced. Mm-hmm.
Get a chair, get in here.
Another thing is that when you have a lot of people in a small space, you gotta build up. You can't keep building out. And so people are always like, man, it's so dystopian that all these cities have like a bunch of apartment complexes. And it's like, would you rather have people be fucking homeless? Would you rather have them have no place to live?
Also, something with the Chinese thing I see is like, while I definitely have my criticisms of America, like, I don't think that you can be considered advanced if you can't take care of your population. America has around 98%, and I'm quoting this off the top of my head. I don't know the exact statistics.
This is making up. We make up everything.
Make up everything.
Yeah.
But you can look at it's above 90% of Americans have fresh running water. That's about 70% in China, right? And we're trying to be in the most populous country. How many?
Dude, I saw only 30% of Indians are on the internet, which is kind of scary.
Yeah. Well,
because that's all the scam calls. What happens when the other 70% comes?
And here's my whole thing is like, I'm not 100% on if they just don't have internet period or where it's in like a lot of countries that may not be as prosperous as we are, like internet cafes. You go and pay to go use the computer for a certain period of time. And that could be any number of things. So I don't know if it's just that they like don't have computers period or if they need to go somewhere to... I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
It's gross there, man. That place contrasts China. The Chinese keep it clean. I think they keep it clean. The Japanese keep... You know why Japan? Yeah. Japan is so clean because it's all old people. It's like Korea.
Yeah, it's either all old people or the young people are like killing themselves because of an oppressive work culture.
Yeah.
I would see these graphs. It was sociology maybe where they look like this. Like those kind of graphs.
Yeah.
The population.
Yeah.
Something.
Kinda,
yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Like going
age-wise.
Yeah.
And like, those are the outliers. Japan's all old people. No one's got kids anymore. No wonder it's clean. They don't have anything to do.
Well, I think also part of that is like, because, it's all so complicated, but like, one of the problems is I feel like, especially when you have a country like India where their resources have been taken forever, you can't just leave. That's what happened with Russia, right? After we left Russia, because there was, wherever there's a vacuum, something's gonna inhabit that, and we left that USSR vacuum, and a bunch of gangs took over.
Yeah,
right.
It's just different names.
Exactly.
It's like ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
And it's the same thing with a lot of like African nations, right? And it's not because
just change the flag. Damn it.
They change the flag and they say okay, and it's still the same people in power, and it's because it's. Why is India the way it is with some of the richest people in the world? It's corruption, pure and simple.
Well, they're just not educated. I feel like
what is the biggest threat? When we had slaves, right? They didn't want them to read. They didn't want them to write, because education, because when you can see where the money flows, when you understand how the policies work and the handshakes work, you start not looking, because, I said this earlier, y'all means all. When you start looking at this, you start to realize that these people that have different skin colors, they're not your enemy. It's the people above, and they've just been creating these divisions in order, because it's like, what is truly the difference between somebody who is poor and African American versus somebody who's white trash? There's nothing different.
That Lyndon B. Johnson quote, where you if you convince the lowest white man that he is above the lowest colored person, he will literally give you his money, as opposed to like that's. Why is it that Haiti literally had to pay off the cost of their own colonization? You wonder why it's a fucking shithole, and it's because they keep getting kicked around.
How long you guys know each other? That reminds me of a good quote.
Oh, middle school.
Wicked.
6th grade.
That's wicked. Yeah. I heard a quote. I watched Conor McGregor the other. Sometimes I scroll and it's like super motivational, and it was like, I can't do an Irish accent. If you could see it, and you have the courage to say it, it will be. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't. Time to do my laundry. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Time to eat lunch, baby.
Yeah, I get to an extent, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So if you're not necessarily motivated, sometimes you do have to be like, all right, it's time to shower.
You got to do what you got to do.
It's time to do just basic shit. And that's a victory, dude. That's a win. I don't like. Depression gets so bad that some people kill themselves. So I'm not gonna.
They do. I got a homie. Listen to this. This might shock you guys. He's been a guest on this episode many a times. All the times he's insisted on shades and a mask so you can't see his face, or just no camera altogether. Yeah. And he goes by an alias, Byron.
Yeah.
So Rudy, I don't give a shit. If you're watching this, that's his real name. I don't understand why it is that he says that he's gonna kill himself when he's like 25. He's like 21 now. And I'm like, Rudy, what the hell are you talking? And when I first met the guy, really got me up in arms. I'd be like, no, you're not. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I don't find that funny, but at the same time,
he's not joking.
I feel like
not joking.
But I feel like if somebody says that so flippantly, like they're always like, I'm gonna kill myself.
No, he's not flipping. The bro is like stoic. He's got some huge biceps, great beard. Ladies love him. And as I got to know him, it turned out to be, I just kind of stopped. It didn't get on my it never got on my nerves.
It's tiring to be around somebody like that that's constantly like.
I let it go. I was kind of like, bro, if you're gonna do it, all right. Send me a letter.
Well, that's it's to get to that point, right?
If you're going to keep talking about it, how serious actually are you?
Well, I just want to know, who were his parents? What? He was from Atlanta. God knows what went down in Atlanta.
Atlanta, brother.
Yeah, I want to know. Now he's gone. I forget where he moved, but he's a school teacher now. And I'm like, what are these kids gonna think when you don't come to class? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Rudy, what the hell?
Yeah.
He don't listen to these shows.
I gotcha.
But he should. Well, I should just send him a text. Yeah. Never met nobody like that.
Yeah.
He's a edge case. Why? What's the deal, Rudy?
I think that some people...
Because he really meant it. He really did mean it.
Well, I think the thing is, we see people with physical disabilities and we say oh, well, we shouldn't even expect them to lift this weight because of their physical disability, right? My sister has something called trigeminal neuralgia, right? Essentially, the short version of it is her brain's too big for her skull, and her nerves pop out through the base of her skull, and it can cause them to get clamped. And it sometimes she'll feel extreme heat, and nothing's there because it's just clamping her. And so we see that, and we say, okay, you obviously cannot do these things. But then a lot of times people with mental health, they just think oh, why can't you do this? Because it's not there, right? I'm somebody, I've always struggled with ADHD. It's something my father's had. It's something that his father had. It's just kind of something in our family. And I could sit there and be oh, I can't do this. Or I could sit there and be oh, I'm going to work around this. And some things I do, people don't understand, right? I constantly have to write stuff down. I have to stop a conversation, write something down to remember it. And I think for some people, it's kind of like that, where they don't have the mental muscle to be able to pick up as much weight, right? And so even though, they still continue because they have to, they're tired, they're exhausted. And so even though we don't see that, I think it's still definitely there. And it can be, hard to understand because it's like, why would you to somebody who doesn't feel that way, right? Why would you feel that way? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
I don't like to season my chicken, and he never understood that. Nor did any of my roommates, and it always pissed them off. I like it that way. Leave me alone.
You like what you like.
I'll kill myself.
Literally, I have
big whoop. Leave a guy be. So I did let him be. But that's a little bit extreme. I don't think he's gonna do it. You can quote me on that. I told him that too. I don't think he's gonna do it, and it's not a bet. I double dog dare you, brother. I don't think he'll do it. All right, this is the end of the second segment. Rolling into we missed an ad read, and all the ad read is there's no one to ad read for. So if you'd be interested in being a sponsor for this show, we're interested in having you. You'd be the third ever sponsor of Keeping It Real. That's still pretty cool. Last segment, we talk about whatever. How do you guys think this went?
I think it went pretty good.
Shit, how do you think it went?
Well, I got a long walk after this, thank God, because now if you think about it, I don't know. I'll think about it my whole walk. I don't know.
Well, I didn't. One of the
I hope it went good.
Is if you don't have any expectations, there's no expectations to kind of like judge it against. So if something goes bad, then like why would I have thought it would have gone better? And if something gone good, why would I think it gone bad? Right?
That's like first dates for me. Like first date with a girl, no expectations.
No expectations.
But I want this podcast. Like, dude, how cool would it be if it was my job?
Of course. Well, of course.
It's a pretty big expectation, though.
But like, you can't do things. Like for me, I'm not. I'm going into archaeology. I could do it with the expectation that I'm gonna go and unearth something that no one's ever seen before, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be known forever, and I'm gonna find the mummy of the lost fucking pharaoh or whatever, right? But I don't think you can have those expectations. Something I try and do in my life because it's basically what Buddhism talks about, right?
You will disappoint yourself.
You will,
if
yes.
You keep expecting stuff, it's just never going to pan out exactly how you think, and you're just going to be like, man, that fucking sucks. This is such a disappointment.
You obviously have a passion for this. The fact that you went out and got all this stuff for your own money, like with your own money, and that like you just like message us and gave us your phone number. There's something to be said for that.
I didn't think anyone was going to get back to me.
You had no expectations.
And
here we are.
That was wicked.
Exactly. Because we were watching the episode where you mentioned us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's how this.
What did I say?
Well,
I was like, those motherfuckers.
You were mentioning how you were talking to, because I remember the first time you came through on a marathon and you were talking to me and my roommate Paul, and that's when I was getting some of my stuff down, but I hadn't fully moved in, and you were coming and talking to him, and you're like, "Who's the other guy?" And he was like, "The fat guy." I thought that
you ain't that fat, bro.
I'm working on it.
Keep going. You ain't that fat.
That's what I'm saying. I'm proportional. I'm big bodied. I'm big boned.
I wouldn't even say that. I would just say you're a dude.
That's right.
Normal ass guy.
Right. I mean,
talk about being a nurse, man. It goes way worse.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I ain't doing that no more. I chose archaeology because that's my passion. I like I said, if I'm not gonna do what I love, then I'm gonna do something to help people. And now I'm just doing what I love. So I mean, I'm sure I'll help people in a roundabout way. Figuring something out. But like.
Help humanity's understanding of where we came from.
That's all you can do. I mean, God, I could talk about history for hours, but it's just so interesting, and all that fun stuff.
I got 2 history classes tomorrow. So you guys think this went good?
I think it went great. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah.
Me too. I don't know.
I'm
nervous, man. I'm nervous. We're on a very good streak. I'm talking, these things are getting like 30, 40 views, which every 10 views, about 1 watch time hour. So every time there's 10 views, about 1 person watches the whole thing through. So that's like 4 people watching the whole damn thing through. It's like, really? Like, this is an hour long.
Right? Yeah, no. And like, even not just that, but like, you got to think about it, because it's so easy with modern statistics and the internet to be like, oh, I only got 1,000 views. That sucks. But like, imagine 1,000 people being in this house right now.
Well,
that'd be too many people. And they're all here to listen to you.
My roommates would be so pissed off at me, man.
Dude,
right?
Yeah. Like 1,000 people like my comment on Instagram, because that just means that like.
Has that happened to you? What was the comment?
Shit, I could pull it. It was something.
I never had a comment. I don't comment.
It was something.
I don't comment. I don't like.
Never
do nothing like that.
And he was like, the first time that you come to Cambodia, you will not stop wanting to beat Henry Kissinger to death with your bare hands.
Oh, this is niche, brother. I don't know either of those people. Oh, Cambodia's a place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, famous TV chef, and then Henry Kissinger, like agent of Satan.
Okay. I'm interested now.
Like responsible for the bombing of Cambodia because that is where the North Vietnamese ran the Ho Chi Minh Trail through to get into South Vietnam, and so he just kind of like glassed the whole place.
You guys each got to promise me while we're on this episode you'll come back and do solo ones. Seriously.
I'm down. Yeah. I could talk for an hour.
Because we've ran this before recently, and I actually thought it went pretty well. But your voice is going to be a little bit quiet. I get like really obsessive over it, and I want to talk. I want to know about that. I also want to know about this.
Yeah, I'm down to come back for sure.
Some silly little.
You guys ever had a threesome?
Nah.
You're in close?
No.
There was once 2 years ago when I thought I've never been close to having a threesome, 2 girls and me. That would be crazy. But there was once where it was me, a guy I just met, and 2 girls we had both just met, back in my room at my place. We just moved in, no furniture, no nothing. And dude, like, it's always in the rearview mirror. You're like, I shouldn't have fucked up, Yeah. And this is kind of gross, but I shouldn't be saying. But it's like, I told him and her, I was like, all right, guys, shut the door on your way out. Like, get out of here. But I could have just not said nothing.
Yeah.
I wonder what would have happened. That would have been a story.
Yeah, no, I've never even, like I said earlier, I'm more conservative in my personal views. I've just never even gotten close. I've never even thought about it, to be honest. That's just never been like a fantasy of mine.
I had my one girlfriend at 15, and I haven't got back in the dating scenes.
Just kills you. She leaves and you.
Somebody that was like 3 years older than me, and so she's like, there's definitely
nice. So she picked you out and said, I want this kid.
Yeah, this scrawny.
Oh, I was at my buddy's place yesterday. We were watching UFC, and it was lightweight. So these guys were like 125, and it showed this guy's girlfriend, and she was like 6'3", and I was like, fuck yeah.
You know exactly what's
She had jet black hair, and I was like this guy was bouncing around, like 0% body fat, and I was like, dude, he's gonna go home, and she's gonna be like my little fighter, and she's gonna make him dinner.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amazonian warrior.
Yes.
No, I mean, a relationship can fix a man.
Bro said that. I was like, shit, I shouldn't have said that.
There's no face inside this voice, too. We're all right.
Well, that leaves my face. I'm tied to everything now. I don't endorse anything.
Yo, you guys need to quit watching porn. I'm since January 3rd.
Way ahead of you, bro.
And you know what made me, because I would try this like for 3 years. I would try.
Bad for the women.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's bad for everything. I would try like for 3 years, but I would be like, but I could still jack off though. But bro, every time I would crank it, like I would find my way back to the porn. I had to let them both go. And now I'm coming up on a year. And listen, I'm a human being, all right? So like, my roommate's standing behind you guys right now. A new guy I just met, and my door's off. So I got to be careful because it's like what I'm about to say is like, but dude, like my body will take care of itself while I'm asleep. Okay.
Fuck it. Like, look, we are people, and as humans, that is another like base drive or instinct. But like
it's just better this way for me.
Is just like,
feel less gross.
Do you think they really enjoy it, or do you think that it's a fucking job?
I've been thinking about this for a while now. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same.
It's not real, and for me, like one of my
it can be
points of contention is like there is a huge human trafficking aspect when it comes to the pornography industry, or like.
Oh, what does that have to do? Wait, earlier were you saying we're about to get cut? Oh no, we have a good amount of time. Earlier, are you saying like women don't enjoy it? Was that what you? Because I could talk about that.
Well, here's the whole thing.
Because if you imagine
that's too broad of a statement.
like imagine spreading your legs, I could never do that.
Yeah,
I could never do that. I had one girl when I was like 17, 18, and this is the closest I ever came to anyone. Like, good Lord. See, this is what I'm really going to be thinking about when I go on my walk. Like, did I take it too far? She was trying to eat my butt, dude. And I was like,
you gotta have boundaries.
I was like, shit. Well, the day after, I was like, I should have, being young and all, and I'm still young. I don't think we get our full brain till we're 25, is what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
And so the next day, I'm like, I try to, because like when it happened the first time,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It was a no. Like,
Yeah.
like no. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, why'd I say no, you know? But then I'm thinking like, it's not the same, you know? But that's the only time I ever clamped my legs shut. And I think like,
my whole thing with pornography is like, it is a job and like stimulation, like you might enjoy it. My whole thing is that I can't 100% for a fact, like verify it. This sounds so fucking stupid. That my porn was filmed ethically.
oh yeah.
Like I would rather just forego.
You get that weird feeling. You get that weird, like, yo, she does not look like she wants to be here. Like, yo.
I love sex workers, but I hate sex work because more often than not, like, do you think that was their first choice?
Wait, how can you say you love sex workers? Explain. I'm with it.
So this is shifting more towards prostitution as opposed to porn, but like I feel for everybody that like sells their body because more often than not, these people don't want to, but they have been forced into that position to like make a living.
I'm always of a stance that's like, I don't know, especially here in the States, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to. Well, that's
like, what's the deal? Like, did you lose your social security number? Like, there's an office that can help you find that.
We were kind of.
I almost did, like when I was.
So, because some people are.
I almost had to, yeah.
Well, some people are insistent on like just being bums.
Oh, well, and that's the thing. You're always gonna have people that, like, for example, in my family, like, you know, on my father's side, they mostly came from Durham, and they came from like East Durham, so they weren't well off, and most of them were taking like Social Security, like, well, but then we had one of our. I'm not even gonna name names because I don't want to get that far, but like they never got married specifically to get that extra credit.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's always gonna be people that are bums, but like I guess my whole thing is that like I hope we can help the
That's fine, you just leave it.
Sorry. You're good. I hope we can help the 9 out of 10 people who aren't bums, even if that means we help the one guy who is a bum. You know what I mean? Because I do
because they're people.
I would rather the undeserving receive it as in addition to everybody who needs it than like nobody fucking get it at all.
For sure,
you know,
for sure.
It's kind of like. I'd rather the death penalty not exist for anybody as opposed to the possibility that you could like kill an innocent person.
Which has happened, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Back in the day, man, they used to say you were a witch and you're cooked.
Oh, yeah.
No arguing. No arguing.
Back in the day, they would just round up a mob and just throw you on a tree.
Shorty,
it all comes full circle. You know, we're talking about how, you know, the people in power want to put us against each other, right? It's tribalism. There is a certain, it's my belief, there is a certain amount in us that wants to say that like this person is like me, this person looks like me, that they're good, but we kind of have to work through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We just had a camera die, but we fixed it.
we got it.
As long as the mic's rolling.
As long as the mics are rolling.
Yeah. Amen.
Anything can be added in post.
Amen. As long as the mics are rolling.
As long as the mics are
pretty good.
There you go.
Fucking do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Man, I've had it all happen on this show. One time my nuts slipped out. I was in my boxers late at night. One time, man, I dropped the N-word. I've done it all. But there's yet to be done.
There's yet to be, yeah. If you ain't doing it all, what are you doing?
You know, a lot of people just like to have a lot of sex, but they're not like, they don't do it for money or nothing.
If you're not doing it all,
scares me.
I mean, my whole thing is that there are so many things on Earth that are for other people and not for me. Like,
yeah.
I love fishing. I've been fishing since I was 2 years old. There's nothing better than sitting there and sinking a hook into a fish and just getting it on that line. Some people, that's just coming, right? And it's like, yeah, I don't get it. Because, you know, it all comes back around, right? You know, I'm more conservative in my personal belief, so I'm going to do what I want to do. But, like, there's so many people. There's 360 million people in this country. There's got to be some weirdos. There's got to be some people who...
And you're a weirdo to somebody else.
Right? Right.
So like, what you fishing for, weirdo?
Right? Well, not even just
that. What you fishing for?
Like, look
why are you up so early?
Exactly.
What the hell are you doing out there?
Well, I mean, look at my demeanor, right? Like, I have a NC hat on from a bait shop I like. I drive an old pickup truck. You'll see it out there. It's got the like a wooden canoe rack.
He's got a pretty sweet truck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I used to work at a car wash. He's got the nice trim.
Yeah.
Lariat? Yeah. Oh, baby. Ooh. Yeah, I think it was insurance. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Some of it was insurance money, but the rest of it, my dad's, right?
Upgrade.
But like you
my dad, I got a Subaru, but it's not mine, it's his.
Same with my truck. My dad's truck. Yeah. It's his old work truck, but I love that thing. His name's Bobo.
Times are changing, man. We got to get some good jobs, and it's hard out here.
Yeah.
It's the boomers, dude. They invented Social Security.
Preach it.
And then we're not gonna get Social Security.
Yeah.
It's not gonna exist.
I've got an EBT card.
Yeah, what even is that?
I do. Well, here's my whole thing is like, that's my money, period. Just in the sense that like I pay my taxes, which is what the money that you.
Oh, dude, I see people are saying like, "Yo, you're an idiot if you're not claiming unemployment right now. You're making more than you could ever make at a job." And are you a bum if you do that? I've got friends that claim unemployment, and it's a lot of money. Let me just tell you, it's more than I make, and I work hard. Unemployment is very comfortable, and it won't be allowed. It's coming to an end.
One of the things that really did it for me was I was dating this girl. It was her and her aunt in that household, so it was two people. She was the only one that worked because if both of them did, they would simultaneously lose their benefits, but be bringing in less money than if one of them didn't work and was collecting that stuff.
Yeah, so many rules. If that's something ChatGPT could be good for, actually. If I was like, yo, what can I claim and keep my job and all?
Yeah. Like people shoot, I kind of lost my train of thought. People all the time are like, man, there's a lot of Medicare fraud going on and all this stuff. And it's like,
it's all fraud.
If you have ever had to go through some kind of government service, you would know how much fucking documentation you have to bring to even qualify.
My buddy left his license. We were going to New York City and it's not like a different country or nothing, but you still need your license. And we're in the long snake line at 4 a.m. for the TSA. And he looks at me and he's like, yo, I don't got my license. This is my trip that I planned. I was like, you don't got your license.
You're staying in North Carolina.
Is it in the car? Is it at home? He's like, dude, I must be in my room. I'm like, so pressed. Calls the manager over. I swear I have my library card, blah, blah, blah. They let us through. And then we get to the other end of the TSA line, and the lady that had helped us got her manager, and was so, you know how they get. They're always so mad. She held up his phone, and she's like, looking at him like, is this you? And his ID's in the back of his phone case, his clear phone case. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
We're all human, right? Hey, we all make mistakes.
We could have gone home. Imagine that.
Nobody's perfect, right?
Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
I never heard that.
Really? You never heard that? That was one of my favorite.
Dude, I got to get my ID switched because it's like, I think when you're 21, it goes, and they got the new ones.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I haven't got mine switched. I still have the old one where it's like vertical.
I had a buddy in Wilmington tell me I needed to work. He didn't say this word for word. He said, I'm on Instagram. Sometimes I do some weird things as of late. And these are like friends from high school I went and visited, and I'm always down for, like, I want to hear what people think. Like, if they were me, like, what would you do, And he said, yo, you got to chill. Like, don't be doing that kind of stuff. So I think what he means, I think I have to work on my aura. And a new license, I feel like that's like,
Yeah.
Another friend said I need to be asking, like for an Instagram reel, like a short form video, I need to ask a stranger to be on the podcast. And then like if they say yes, you can link it to the thing. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right? Scares the hell out of me. Idea. What if we've already met, we've already done the podcast. What if we pretend like you're strangers? It takes like 20 seconds. I film these things very fast.
Yeah.
And I walk up and I'm like, you guys want to be on my podcast? And you guys like, you can say no, you can say yes.
Fuck no.
And improv.
It links to the podcast, and like the solo podcast.
Yeah.
You just be like, no, and then click the video.
Episode
hey,
2.
What's up? It's me.
I could fool him maybe. He'd be like, oh, he listened to me. Kinda. Kinda wanted to do that, man. Putting a camera in a stranger's face. No.
Yeah, see, that is my one thing.
Just last night, this guy put a phone and a flashlight in the guy's face that told me to watch my aura. A flashlight in his face, and he slapped the phone out of his hand. And I was like, "Don't do." But I can't blame the guy. You know, don't put phone in someone's face.
Yeah, respect personal space. Yeah.
But you also got to be able to. You can't be getting angry. You know. You got to be able to.
You don't want
chill.
to like write checks that your mouth can't cash. You know, or your mouth writing checks that your ass can't cash. Because like, yeah, I agree. I don't want to be filmed either, and I may. I specifically, I don't care if somebody smacks the phone out of somebody else's hand or not. But if that person like is now ready to fight, you have to back up that action of like, you know.
All right, I hear it. You guys can't hear it, but I can hear it in my eyes, in my eyes and my ears as the outro music is playing. It's the end of the episode.
It's the end of the episode. I think it was a pretty good one.
I think so too.
I think so too.
Yep, there we go. 1 hour. I think actually we started a little bit whatever. All right. Bye-bye. Don't drive like my brother.